Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into Cable, Love and Chrome, issue number 3. A story that's equal parts heart-wrenching and electrifying. Prepare yourself for telepathic connections, battles against relentless foes, and a love story that defies time and tragedy. From Cable's gripping reflections on survival to Avery's unforgettable heroics, this issue truly delivers. Grab your snacks, settle in, and let's explore one of the most emotional chapters in Cable's journey yet. The story opens with Cable on the run, his body ravaged by the techno-organic virus that's been his lifelong enemy. And let me tell you folks, this isn't just your typical Cable adventure. Cable says, "People always say that when you're dying, your life flashes before your eyes. I used to think that was a crock of shit. As a time traveler, I've stared death in the face on battlefields throughout history, but I've never faced a more relentless enemy than the techno-organic virus." Cable's running through what seems like a nightmare landscape, hunted by Terminator-style machines. And just when things look bleak, a woman named Lucy appears, offering shelter. But nothing is quite what it seems. See, that opening sequence? It's all happening in Cable's mind while he's actually lying unconscious in a hospital bed, his body fighting a losing battle against the virus. This whole time, Commander Avery Ryder has been watching over him, desperately hoping for his recovery. It's here we learn that Cable sacrificed himself to save Salvation Bay from something called the Conclave, a group that's been enslaving anyone infected with the techno-organic virus. Classic Cable move, right? Always putting himself on the line for others. The doctor's assessment is brutal. Not gonna lie, Commander, every minute he's still breathing is a miracle. And Bao, Cable's AI companion, confirms the grim news. Systemic failure in the lungs, and the techno-organic mesh has expanded by 32%. But Avery refuses to give up hope, showing us just how deep their connection runs. Avery says, "Don't give up on him, Bao. He's still in there. I can feel it. I've never known anyone with as much fight in them as Nathan Summers." Meanwhile, in Cable's dreamscape, he realizes something profound. He and Avery have formed a telepathic bond during his near-death experience. It's this connection that's keeping him tethered to life. And here's where things get really interesting. Lucy, who we met earlier, turns out to be Avery's deceased sister. Her appearance in Cable's mind shows just how deeply he's connected to Avery now. Lucy challenges Cable with one of the story's most powerful lines. "You're tired, Summers, but the choice is yours. Will you cash in your chips and walk away, or fight one last time? There's no shame in choosing peace in the hereafter, but have you got what it takes to keep fighting?" This is Cable at his absolute most vulnerable, faced with the choice between peaceful death or continuing his painful existence. And his answer? "For you, Avery, I'd fight the devil himself." Next thing we know, Cable wakes up, shocking the doctor who thought he was done for. Cable has one thing on his mind, finding Avery, who's gone on what amounts to a suicide mission against the Conclave. Despite his condition, he steals a Conclave dropship and heads straight for the battlefield. When Cable crashes that dropship into the middle of the fight, it's the kind of entrance that reminds you why this character has been thrilling readers for decades. The timing couldn't be more perfect. Avery and her soldiers were just about to be overrun. The reunion is brief but powerful. "Now I thought we had an arrangement, Commander, so why start this party without me?" "Cowboy, you're alive," Avery says, but before they can celebrate, a sinister figure appears. Cicada, one of Cable's deadliest enemies. And if you thought Cable was in rough shape before, things are about to get much worse. Cicada wastes no time, attacking Cable with those biosynthetic tendrils that make him such a nightmare opponent. Cable, already weakened, realizes he's in trouble. He says, "Fast, deadly, and ticked. A true living weapon. The last time we tangled, Cicada nearly wiped out an entire timeline." What follows is a brutal fight, with Avery jumping in to help Cable. When Conclave soldiers prepare an EMP blast, both Cable and Cicada get hit. For Cable, whose techno-organic virus is kept in check by his telekinetic abilities, this is catastrophic. Cable says, "By the bright lady, I'm too weak. The magnetism is throwing the virus into overdrive." But even in his weakened state, Cable manages to pull off one final move against Cicada, stabbing him through the chest with a cold line. He says, "Sorry, Cicada. Looks like you won't have to live with the disappointment after all." Cicada's dying words, though, hint at something ominous. "Damn you, Summers. You really think you've won here? Just remember, what comes next is all on you." And here, friends, is where this story breaks your heart completely. Cable realizes Avery has been fatally wounded in the battle. He rushes to her side, finding her bleeding out. This moment between them is pure emotional devastation. Avery says, "Hey there, cowboy. Ain't you a sight for sore eyes? Tell me, did you see anything on the other side? Just don't want to be alone." Cable's response shows a side of him we rarely get to see. The compassionate protector who uses his powers not for combat, but for comfort. He says, "It's alright, sweetheart. You don't have to fear what's coming, not when I can show you." Using his telepathy, Cable creates a peaceful afterlife vision for Avery, reuniting her with her sister Lucy. "You deserve so much more than I could ever give you, Commander, but this memory is the best I could do," Cable says. Avery's final words to Cable hit like a sledgehammer. "In this moment, I couldn't imagine a better way to go out. Just remember, cowboy, you deserve a happy ending of your own. So when your moment comes, make sure you make it last." As Conclave troops surround them, Cable experiences something we've rarely seen from him: complete emotional breakdown. He says, "All my life, I've held back an ocean of telekinetic energy to keep the virus at bay. But as I feel Avery slipping away in my arms, I let it out with a megaton scream." When Bal urges him to leave, reminding him that Avery died a hero, Cable makes a promise that sets up what could be his most impossible mission yet. "People like us shouldn't have to choose, so you and me, we're going to fix our time-sliding equipment. And then, come hell or high water, we're bringing Avery back." And there you have it. Cable Loving Chrome issue number 3 in all its brilliance. We saw Cable navigate the horrors of the techno-organic virus while battling enemies like Cicada and the Conclave guards. Avery proved her resilience and unwavering bravery, making sacrifices not just for Cable, but for their shared fight against injustice. The emotional core of the story lies in Cable's struggle to hold on to the people he loves. Even as time and fate threaten to pull them apart, it's a tale of love, loss, and the ultimate fight for hope. What did you think of this incredible issue? Share your thoughts below, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more comic breakdowns. Until next time, peace